This episode is brought to you by Alibaba.com, the world's leading B2B e-commerce marketplace. They'll help your business stay competitive and discover new, innovative, and affordable products from over 200,000 suppliers and manufacturers worldwide. And with their trade assurance, you can shop with peace of mind. No more worrying about international payments, delayed shipments, and convoluted refund policies. Even customized orders receive protection. The world of business is waiting for you. Visit Alibaba.com.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now, here's another one. Make your next career move with a degree from University of Maryland Global Campus. Choose from more than 125 degree and certificate programs featuring online courses, faster onboarding, and no-cost digital resources in place of most textbooks. Get started on your undergraduate or graduate degree or certificate online. No application fee through May 31st. Learn more at umgc.edu/podcast. Certified to operate by Chev.
This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 2349. Dealing with credit card debt when you're in over your head, by Kumiko of thebudgetmom.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. This is the show where I serenade you with the sweet sounds of personal finance knowledge from some of the best blogs on the planet, with the author's permission, of course. And if you're enjoying the show, why not share with a friend today? Invite them to join the party by sending them a link to oldpodcast.com. And while they're there, they can check out our other shows on topics like personal development, health, and relationships. But for now, let's get right to today's post and start optimizing your life. Dealing with credit card debt when you're in over your head, by Kumiko of thebudgetmom.com. Credit cards can be convenient tools to help build your credit rating and make parts of your life more convenient, like booking travel. But credit cards are also easy to abuse. According to Experian, 60% of Americans have credit cards, and the average balance carried on those accounts is over $6,000. Eventually, you want to get to a point where your credit cards are paid in full every month. Let me tell you, paying off your credit card debt is liberating, not to mention great for your budget. But if you're struggling to make the minimum payments on your credit cards, you'll need a solid plan to help you reach this goal. Following are 3 strategies you can use if your credit card debt is getting out of hand. Number 1, acknowledge the problem. In my own budgeting journey, I paid off $26,000 in credit card debt. That doesn't count the money I owed on other debts like auto and student loans. But before I paid off my credit cards, I had to be honest with myself. I needed to admit that the way I'd been managing my money wasn't working. In the past, I used my credit cards even when I couldn't afford to pay them off in full. That caused me to pay high interest fees and made my debt problem even bigger. If you have high credit card debt like I did, 2 of the first things you should do include taking the credit cards out of your wallet and making a list of your credit card debt, including balances and interest rates on each account. Once I acknowledged that I needed to change how I manage my credit cards, I did. Today, I'm completely debt-free. Number 2, create a plan of attack. There's more than one way to tackle out-of-control credit card debt. The debt elimination plan you choose is a very personal decision. Ultimately, your choice depends on what you believe will work best for your situation. These suggestions might help. Create a budget. You can't successfully pay off debt and stay debt-free without a budget. A budget is the foundation on which any successful debt elimination plan is built. If you're spending more money than you earn, your credit card debt will continue to grow. Or cut spending and consider ways to earn extra money. Once you've set up your budget and know how much you can afford to pay towards debt each month, look for ways to free up extra cash. There are 2 approaches you can use: cut spending or earn extra money. Whichever option you choose, apply any extra funds directly to your credit card debt. You can also use a debt payoff calculator. Whether you decide to cut spending, get a part-time job, or do some combination of both, getting a handle on your credit card debt problem isn't easy. It will require hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. A debt payoff calculator can help you stay motivated. You can use a debt payoff calculator to assess your situation. It can also show you the different extra payments can make towards how much interest you pay and how long it takes to pay off your credit card debt. And number 3, consider consolidation. When you owe a lot of credit card debt, it can take time for budgeting, spending cuts, and more income to make a dent in your outstanding balances. This can be especially stressful if you're struggling to keep up with your minimum monthly payments. If you're in this situation, it might be time to consider debt consolidation options. Balance transfer credit card. You can consolidate credit card debt on your own by applying for a new credit card with a balance transfer offer. You can also check to see if any of your current credit cards have balance transfer offers available. I am a fan of this approach under the right circumstances. I personally used balance transfers to pay off $7,500 worth of my credit card debt. But it's important to ask the right questions before you start down this path. Like, is the introductory balance transfer interest rate lower than what you're paying on your current credit cards? If not, a balance transfer might not be a good idea. And does the card issuer charge a balance transfer fee? If so, do the math to make sure a balance transfer will save you money in the long run. Keep in mind that you generally need good to excellent credit to qualify for a credit card with an attractive balance transfer offer. Personal loan. Another way to consolidate credit card debt is to apply for a personal loan. There are two potential benefits to this approach. First, if you qualify for a lower interest rate on your personal loan than you're paying on your credit cards, you might save money and get out of debt faster. Second, when you pay off revolving credit cards with an installment account like a personal loan, your credit scores might benefit. If you're considering this option, be sure to shop around for the best deal before you commit to a lender. Generally, the better your credit, the lower the rate you'll be offered. Debt management plan. A certified credit counseling program can approach your creditors to see if they're willing to accept less interest, lower payments, or reduce the amount you owe. If your credit counselor is successful, it may bundle your new negotiated monthly payments together into a single debt management plan, or DMP. You shouldn't see a DMP as an easy solution. First, you often have to pay monthly fees to the credit counseling company that's representing you. Second, a DMP could trigger indirect credit damage, which might make it hard to qualify for new financing. Remember, good credit can save you money. It's worth protecting if you can. Keep in mind, I don't recommend ever paying a company a fee for something you could do yourself. Before using a debt management company, do your research, look into all options, and know you can do it on your own. If you decide to use any of the options discussed today to consolidate your credit card balances, you must commit to stop creating new credit card debt at the same time. The last thing you want to do is pay off your existing credit card balances, then rack up more debt. That's a recipe for financial trouble in the future. You just listened to the post titled Dealing with Credit Card Debt When You're In Over Your Head by Kumiko of thebudgetmom.com.
This episode is brought to you by Alibaba.com, the world's leading B2B e-commerce marketplace. They'll help your business stay competitive and discover new, innovative, and affordable products from over 200,000 suppliers and manufacturers worldwide. And with their trade assurance, you can shop with peace of mind. No more worrying about international payments, delayed shipments, and convoluted refund policies. Even customized orders receive protection. The world of business is waiting for you. Visit Alibaba.com.
I'm General Manager Ethan Rosignol at Dark Horse Toyota in Silver Spring. Having trouble finding a car? Come to Dark Horse Toyota in Silver Spring. Dark Horse Toyota is the Central Atlantic region's #1 Toyota dealer year after year. We are here to help you with all your car buying needs. Take advantage of our large inventory and pricing. Come visit us at Dark Horse Toyota in Silver Spring or online at darkhorsetoyota.com.
I recently had an experience that reminded me of how dangerous credit cards are. I do credit card churning, which means that I leverage new cards for their signing bonuses. I spend the minimum required on a new card, I get the bonus of tens of thousands of points, and move on to the next card. Once I use the points on travel, I close the card. It takes a lot of organization to keep track of all the cards, minimum spends, yearly fees, points, and when to close them. And sometimes I make mistakes. Typically, when I open a card and get set up with my online account, I set up auto pay so that the balance will be paid in full automatically every month. Well, on this recent card, I forgot to do that and ended up paying the bill 2 days late. I saw they hit me with a $25 late fee. No big deal. I called them and they waived the fee. A few days later, I see that they also hit me with a $14 interest charge. Whatever, I thought. It's only $14. Do I really want to spend the time to call back and have them waive that too? So I let it go. But then the next month, I see I was again charged another $9 in interest. It turns out those 2 days of a late payment were expensive because any balance that's carried over into the next statement period accumulates interest daily. I'll say that again, daily interest. And that interest compounds over time. A late payment of 2 days from a simple oversight plus the interest accumulated over literally 2 days from a relatively small balance almost cost me close to $50. I was able to get them to reverse all these charges, but it is mind-boggling to me that this entire dynamic of compounding interest charges on my credit cards was happening completely under my nose when I was in 30 grand of debt in my 20s. This is why it is so incredibly hard to dig out of credit card debt, and you should take it very seriously. But that should do it for another edition of Optimal Finance Daily. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you on the Wednesday show tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.